Okay, I'll start with explaining the two persons, our head narrator in this essay, Poetic Justice. First, I'm gonna start talking about Jet Cunningham. If it will, yeah. You see, Jet Cunningham was this boy that our narrator knew as kid. She was mostly fascinated by him. She was very much in love with him later. But in the start, he was this young, intelligent, and very nice guy. He was not discriminated for anyone. He loved to talk to the nerd and the popular guy, and everyone just accepted him for who he was. He was this poetic guy who could express his feelings in, as well, poets, but too, just he was so kind and nice to everyone, and that person our narrator really felt in love with was what I would call the perfect boy. That boy we all dream of finding. She describes him as this really smart guy who the teachers are frightened and scared of. An example here in line 40 at the first page, they say that job was to mold minds, and his was already formed. To explain that, I will say that he was already as smart as any other adult would be. He was clever and intelligent, and he was just a perfect guy. Nothing could make him, I don't know, to the bad side. He was not like that teenager that all was at this age, about 13. Yes, and here in line 11 at page 1, she described him as he was an old head on a young shoulders. Again, a very clever boy, not very shy, very directly, and he was what you could call the popular guy because everyone loved him and no one could see something wrong about him. As for our narrator, I can say that she was more like this normal girl than ordinary student. Not thin, not fat, not clever, not stupid. She was in any way an ordinary school kid. She was called a Chinese wrestler from the other boys because she had these chubby small legs that made her a bit insecure. That's why she loved him so much, because he was just so self-confident, and he made her feel pretty, and he made her feel special, and they could laugh together, and he was just everything that could make her like glow. But still, they had their own little bubble where it was only they two. Yeah, as I said before, he was a perfect boy. She couldn't love any other boy like him. But in the end, later at that year, he wanted her to follow him to Ireland because he wanted to be a poet, and as she is this clever girl, she thinks he can live a life being a poet. He needs an education, a normal life, and she needs too. So they break up. I don't think they are particularly dating, but they are like ending their relationship there, and she thinks she's never going to see him again. But yeah, as you see in this story, they start chatting together 20 years later, and then our head our narrator has got a husband and 2 kids and a dog and a cat, I think. I can't remember a cat. And she's having, again, an ordinary life. Well, she's having a little bit of fat everywhere, but she's having a nice day. She's having all these things that makes her day, and she loves her children, and I have spelled with fat wrong. Sorry. But all in all, she has a happy life. But whilst Jet Cunningham is chatting with her, she gets very confused because she used to love him very much, and she's getting all of these small fantasies about that time. But now she's clear in the head, and she's grown up, so she knows what she wants. And when he starts to tell about his life, that he is alone and he's not married, that his wife is gone because he only wants her, she says, that's too late. You have your chance, and I'm on with my life. She doesn't say it, of course, but that's what she thinks, and she thinks, okay, that's it. I'm never going to see him again, and I'm moving on with life. And she's going down to get her own child back, to get her child from school. She's now and then making a poetic justice that he dumped her, and now she dumped him. It's very clever because he's that guy who was used to get everything he wanted. Now he have nothing. He's not perfect. He's alone. It's not really working for him, and he just misses her because she was the only thing that was successful after that. But again, he just think that he can get her, but he can't, because now she's married and she has a life, she has children, she has everything that she wants. She doesn't need him anymore. And that's what the story really about. Her she doesn't need him. She doesn't need that glamour anymore. She's satisfied with what she already has. And that's a very good thing to learn, that you should be very satisfied with what you have and worth it as if it was the best thing in the world, because it is. You don't need glamour to have a happy life. You just need what everyone needs, a normal, good life. Yeah. Ending.